Hi, just a quick video to talk you through how to use your digital portfolio. First of all, you'll receive an email from myself which will include a link to the portfolio file on the Force intranet site. I've obviously had to grey out the personal detail area here because of this being a public facing document. When you click on the link and save it onto your desktop, it will take you into your portfolio, which contains 3 folders and a series of documents for your use. So there's your contact and planning folder, the evidence folder in which you'll store all of your evidence for your portfolio, your learner development reviews, a blank multi-use assessment form on which to record evidence that you will save into the evidence folder, a PowerPoint briefing on the framework for the Inspector's National Police Promotions Framework Work-Based Assessment, a copy of the handbook for candidates for the Step 4 Work-Based Assessment, the portfolio itself, which is an Excel spreadsheet, and a copy of the awarding organisation's Qualifications handbook, in which you'll find details of appeals procedures and other issues which may be of interest to you at some stage during the course of your work-based assessment. Okay, so if we go inside the contact folder, you will find a copy of the candidate contact and assessment record. Just letting you see this here because essentially it's not got much to do with you. This is completed by the assessor, and the assessor will record here all their interactions with you, so that we've got a complete record of us carrying out our duty of care towards you as a candidate. Going back into the folder structure, the next one we'll look at is the evidence folder, and inside that you'll find 5 subfolders in which you'll store the different elements of evidence, the knowledge and understanding, the observation reports, any product evidence, self-evaluations and witness testimony. Now, with regard to product evidence, as previously stated, if the evidence exists in a secure silo, just leave it there and signpost as to where it is, and we'll discuss a little later on exactly how you do that. And then you've got your learner development reviews, and if you click in that folder you'll find a blank learner development review for you to use. Remember, you're going to have to do 3 of these during the course of your work-based assessment at the 3, 6 and 9 month stage with you, your assessor and your line manager. So back onto the documents and how we're going to look at and record the evidence. So if we look at the portfolio itself, so the portfolio is in the standard Excel spreadsheet setup. First tab will take you to the instructions. Now when you open this, it should be completed by myself with your personal details, the details of the cohort of which you form a part, the start of your work-based assessment and the expected end date. So check that these 2 dates are correct. This should be the date of your promotion, and this should be the date 12 months from that date. Also, whether you have been temporarily or substantively promoted. So if you're an Osprey Part 2 pass, you should have been substantively promoted. If not, you will have been temporarily promoted, and you'll find the details of how that will affect you inside the PowerPoint presentation that's included in your portfolio folder. The declaration box is for completion at the end of the assessment period, or when your portfolio has been signed off by all relevant parties. So again, when you get it, it should have your details, your candidate number to show that you've been registered with the awarding body, your date of birth to make sure that it's the right person who's been given the certificate, etc. Details of your assessor, any other assessors who are involved in the process, and the IQA who will be overseeing the assessment process, which will in most instances be myself. When your portfolio is complete, the assessor and the IQA will sign it off and date it, and then after it's been inspected by the external quality assurer from the awarding body, they will sign it off and date it, and it's after that point that you will be awarded your certificate by the awarding body. The units of the qualification are listed here. Those in green are the 5 mandatory units, and the additional units in blue are the 3 optional units that you may select between. So if we take the first of the mandatory units as our example, so what we're going to do here is, in the evidence location, we're just going to record where in the evidence structure folders we have got the evidence stored. So in this instance, in the evidence folder, we are recording a self-evaluation. So we're going to save it in the self-evaluation folder. As it's the first self-evaluation that's been done, we're going to term it self-evaluation 1. Now if it was a witness testimony, we'd call it witness testimony 1, evidence product, evidence EP1, an observation OBS 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. So that we know which folder and which document that we're looking for inside the portfolio. So if we look at a multi-use assessment form, we're going to put the candidate details, that's you, tasking an event that you're referring to, so it might be that you briefed the team, whatever it's going to be, the assessor or name of witness, the date of the event. In this instance, we're recording it as a self-evaluation, and the portfolio reference is self-evaluation 1. Here we will put details of any supporting product evidence, and then here we would add in on, date, time, place, etc. Or we would in standard English if we could type. We would then save that document in the self-evaluation folder, and then on the portfolio, say we were doing this for managing operational threats and risks, evidence location SE1, evidence title, briefing to staff, whichever is the evidence or title that's been given in the task itself, the assessment methodology, so in this instance it's a self-evaluation. I'm going to put that in there, SE, or you can take the number system and then just tick against any of the assessment criteria that item is being used to evidence. When your assessor has accepted that as evidence of competence against the assessment criteria, they will add their initials and the date there, IQA here and EQA here, if they look at this particular portion. So when you have evidenced all of the assessment criteria of an individual unit, you'll come down here, you'll then sign your name in this box here and date the upon which you are claiming that you have completed this unit. The assessor will then look at all the evidence, and if they accept that the unit is complete, they will sign it off here and put in the date. Halfway through the qualification, we may do an IQA just to make sure that everything's going on, and if we look at this unit and then the evidence, then the interim IQA will be signed here. And at the end, if the unit is dip sampled for the quality assurance, signature will go on there. If you have any further questions, please refer to the candidate handbook inside your portfolio folder, and if you can't find the answer there, then of course I'm a resource and you know how to get hold of me. Thank you. Bye bye.